Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Welcome to Dip in Chat at our Dip in Time gathering. I am really glad to see you guys. Muttnut says, hang on 2 seconds. I just lost my screen. There you go. I'm good, just getting stuff done before the boyfriend gets here for the weekend. Yay! It is awesome. So, welcome everyone. My name is Rhonda, and I'm really glad to be here. So, I'm in a different spot today. I thought I would welcome you to my backyard. It is really warm here, so I was contemplating, do I stay inside or do I come outside? And I figured I'm going to come outside. So, guess what I've done? I've finished up a couple of my diamond paintings, and I'm waiting for a couple events to start August 1st. So, Howl at the Moon with Kevin's wife and The Great Escape 2024 with Crafting and Crime Daily and Mickey Sunshine. And I was like, what am I going to do? The boys are away this weekend. They're up in Fort McMurray, 7 hours away. And for baseball, it's provincials. So I was like, I can't just stay here and do nothing. So because we had the Prime Day sale, and I've been itching to try and do a cross stitch. I have one that's coming up. I cannot wait. Hello, Melanie. Hello. Hey, Anita, how you doing? Everyone's saying hello. Melanie, looks like great weather. It is very warm here. Very warm. We're expecting, I think it's like 31 degrees Celsius for us, and it's supposed to get up to 37. So, and we don't have air conditioning. So it is close the windows during the day and the blinds, and then pull them all open at nighttime. So Anita saying hello to Little Dipper. Oh, Muttnut says you're doing both of those events too. Excellent. Oh, Anita says it has finally cooled down today. It's 77 degrees. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. So I have to give a shout out to Muttnuts. You did a fabulous show on Tuesday. I don't know where my brain was because I was so looking forward to being there live, and then I saw you on Wednesday, and I'm like, no, I missed it. So I went back and I watched. It was good. And I so agree with you. I actually found myself answering and agreeing and going, out loud. And I'm like, thank goodness, no one's around. So, did any of you guys buy anything on the Prime Days sale? I did. Not much. Because I am scoping out how I'm going to do this cross stitch. I'm not sure when I'm going to start it. Excuse me. And I'm not sure. No, I'm just not sure when I'm going to start. Let's just say that. Anita said no, and broke too. Yeah. That's I did a battery for myself. Good job. Because sometimes we just need to do that. I was telling my husband that he needs to see if we can find one of those AC that you fans that you put in the window or something, because it's just really warm. Anyways, so what did I get? I got a container that's coming on Monday so I can hold all my floss, all my crochet floss that I'm going to need. And because I'm a visual person and I need to see things to figure out how it's going to go together, what looks right, and just to familiarize myself with it. So because I'm doing this cross stitch that I haven't shown, well, I've talked a bit about it. It is the Egyptian elephant. I got permission to do it as a cross stitch. So I have the diamond painting. I'm going to be doing the diamond painting August 1st. I'm going to start it. I have converted it to a cross stitch pattern. Never done it in my life. So this is going to be like all brand new. Cross my fingers. I have a habit of either going big or going home. So I either do it or I don't do it. And I'm looking at about a 25, 26 count. Yeah, I know. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm going to go with it. So I got the container coming Monday. I have 446 skeins of all the different colors coming on tomorrow. For this pattern, I'm going to need 108 colors. Like I said, go big or go home. And I'm really excited. I can't wait. And then the other one that came in yesterday, this is my new project. So since I finished up my diamond paintings, I've been working on my beaded embroidery, the mother deer and the baby deer. And then this one came in yesterday. I don't know. I'm hooked on elephants at the moment. That's just it. So I got this off of Amazon. Here is the picture of it without the sticker over top of it. It is 46 by 46 centimeters. It is 11 count. I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, this will be my filler project. I'm going to do this until the end of the month. And then I kind of looked at it and I went, yeah, I'm definitely going big or going home. So it comes in a plastic sleeve. It comes with some instructions. Just the top part. It comes with multiple languages. It comes with a printed pattern and has the legend. This one has 30 colors. Here are the skeins. I just put them up on a hanger for the time being, but I love the colors. Love the colors. Yeah, so I just hung up on a hanger for now so they don't get tangled. And then this is the pattern. This is the canvas that I'm working on. Just put the needle in there. So it is printed. I've never done one like this before. It's always been like embroidery or counted. Not a fan of counted. I'm not sure about the printed, but I am going to work on it. So last night I did the rows across and I'm just working over here. So it's just the one color right now. And I'm loving the color blocking. I know. What? Yeah. Anita says that's cute. I miss cross stitching. I haven't done cross stitching for a very long time. My daughter got me like a little tiny one from like Winners, and that was a counted one. But I haven't done one like this. And Oh, Anita says, I have a Phoenix one from Aurora, but it's colored cross stitch, which is weird. I like non-counted. I know. Okay. I think it was Melanie who was mentioning that Orloa has cross stitches. I was like, what? No. So they're on my list to go and take a look at. I was like, oh my goodness. Anita says, I like counted, not stamped. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Hello, Rachel. How are you? So in our backyard, just kind of hanging out. It's been really, really hot. And we're still on water restriction. So when I came back June, one of our main water pipes for the main feeder line broke. We're still not at 100% capacity. And this really sucks because today, finally, we're at stage 2 where we can actually take the hose with the spray and water our plants 1 hour a day. So it's a challenge because I have a community garden where there hasn't been any water. So I'm afraid to go and take a look at what these plants look like. I do have some sunflowers over here that I put in a pot. I had some sweet peas. They're gone. They did not survive. But everything else seems to be very lush. My backyard faces the north, so we don't get the daily heat sun, which I think is actually helping our little plants. So you can see over my left shoulder, these are roses. So this light pink one is one I got last summer. The dark rose one is actually an heirloom rose that when someone moved into their house, they didn't want the roses there anymore. They wanted to repurpose that area. So I rehomed them. So that was about 1.5 years ago. And they're both like tons of blooms. Then over here, these are impatiens. I've got some dark pink ones and some light pink ones. Got a bird bath, some other little plants there. And we have a family of sparrows. It's a mom with 2 little babies, and they're just the cutest little thing. So I'm grateful that I get the shade in the afternoon because then I can kind of camp out here and just kind of hang out. So back to our cross stitching. So yeah. So Rachel, this is my project that I'm working on between July 18th, yesterday, and July 31st. I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but I'm going to aim to get this done. It is a stamped crochet, and so far, that's where I am. So what else is new, guys? Like, what have you guys been up to? How have you been doing? I know there's been some really strong weather, and I know that can be challenging too because you can. Oh, Rachel, thank you. You can do it. I'm gonna try. I am definitely gonna try this, and each week. So next Friday, I'm going to give an update. It's gonna be day 9 of 13, and I am going to see how far I can get. I am not going to work on any of it. I've got my 2 diamond paintings kitted up already for the 2 events. Howl at the Moon and the Great Escape 2024. There's also Oz in August. I'm not sure if either of the 2 canvases I'm working on would qualify. If I can tie either one of them in, then I will definitely do that. Hey, Nix, how you doing? Oh my goodness. Little Dipper is upstairs underneath my bed, sleeping in the drawers. Um, how are your fur babies? I think of them often. Um, because it's so warm here right now, Dipper sleeps mostly during the day. Um, she'll get up in the morning and I take her out for a walk on her leash through the yard. She loves it at nighttime. Loves it. Um, we must have, because we get squirrels that come through here quite often too. Um, and I absolutely howled because last weekend it was really warm. We have black and gray squirrels. And this squirrel went into the middle of my yard, right there, and he splotted, like splooted. He was like spread eagle, straight on the ground with his belly, tail up in the air, looking at me. And then all of a sudden, you see him going like this, rubbing his belly on the grass, trying to cool his belly off. It was the funniest thing, funniest thing. So yeah, so we get deer back here. There's hares, big rabbits, and there's baby like skunks. They're so cute. Um, so you just be mindful, and we've got tons of birds. So when Dipper comes out at nighttime, she loves the sniffing. And I'm sure, Nix, you know all about that, ferrets and their sniffing. She is our sniff tester. And she'll like go around the edge of the yard, and she'll go through all the garden around here, and she'll go in and she'll just start rubbing her belly and rubbing her back. It's the funniest thing, funniest thing. And then she'll go underneath the fence where our gate is, and she'll like rub up against the bottom of the fence, trying to get her scent on it because the other animals were coming in. So she's like, and then her tail goes. It's hilarious. Do you see this little skinny, scrawny tail, and all the fur just goes. Nick says, "Hi, I love my fur babies are doing good. Thank you for asking." Sid lives in the food bowl and is huge now. Oh, that's so good. Yep. Oh gosh, yes. Everything but I gotta smell everything. Oh yes. And it's not the items, it's like the scent on it. And they go in and like the boxes. Oh my gosh, she loves boxes. Go and hides in them and runs around. And we only have one ferret. So luckily we are able to spend time with her and play with her like our buddies. Um, it's actually quite funny. I Once the weather cools off, or once the temperature drops down a bit, I put her in her harness and her leash. I carry Dipper to the mailbox, and she sits there looking around, sniffing the air. Um, if we run into people, she likes to say hi to them. Oh my goodness. She doesn't nip or bite or anything like that. She just loves to sniff. We have a neighbor who he actually has a ferret sign on his door. It says ferret crossing. I'm like, oh, I need one of those. And he has just adopted two rescue ferrets. They're both white. They're brothers, and they're Tater and Tot. They are twice the size of Dipper. Like, yeah, twice the size. She's just a little tiny thing. And it was funny because I ran into him going to the mailbox, and he had a recycling bag with him. And Dipper was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And he like literally like crawls in the bag, is in the bottom of the bag, just like moving around. So that's her morning picture this morning. She is such a ham, just a ham. So she is definitely our fur baby. So gets away with so many things. Let's see if I have a different picture of her. Because she is like, I thought she would grow longer, but not quite. She is just, she's a petite little thing. And I know male ferrets can be bigger. Here's a picture of my son and her. She was sleeping. Yeah, she crawls up onto our bed and sleeps there as well. And my son decided he was going to crawl up into bed with her. Oh my goodness. And she rotates. I don't know about you, Nix. Does your fur babies rotate places where they sleep? I know Dipper does. She will. So right now she's sleeping underneath the bed. Then she will sleep underneath the bookcase because she free roams during the day, and then she sleeps in her cage at nighttime. Then she'll go into my son's room and find a corner in there. She will go downstairs where our file cabinet is, just by the printer, and she'll crawl in the second drawer, pull it open, it goes back in, she drops to the bottom drawer, and she sleeps behind the file folders. I'm like, you are so weird, but you're so cute. I don't know how she fits in there. And then she'll climb up on our bed and sleep in our bed. It is the funniest thing. The funniest thing. Nick says Ellie is tiny compared to the boys. She's like half the size. Yeah, like it. Yes, they have a lot of sleep spots. Oh, good. So she's not very different. Yeah, they like dark spots to sleep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. What we didn't realize is Dipper has a visual impairment, so she can't quite see as well. She sees shadows, but she loves playing under the blankets. And she loves crawling through pants and shirts. So when you get up in the morning and you put your clothes out, she will literally go in and like play in our clothes. It's the funniest thing. Oh, thanks, Nix. Nick says, "Oh, sorry to hear that. We had no idea. No idea. We've never had a ferret before. My brother had one when my daughter was young, and his ferret was huge. Definitely a male. So when we got her, well, she actually picked us. Let me better say, she actually picked my husband. We went into a pet store just to buy treats for a family pet, extended family pet. And at the time, we were looking at maybe, a guinea pig or a rabbit or something like that, because my son has a slight allergy. It's a hit or miss. So we can't have cats, unfortunately. Although he was fine when he was like first little. And then where we live, we can't have dogs. So we're kind of limited. But we went in, and my husband was like, how about this one? What about this one? And I'm like, that's a ferret, you know that. He's like, yeah. And we looked around, and she was part of a litter. So her two brothers were on the bottom shelf, and she always stayed away from them. She was just by herself, and she was like literally like. And when we took her out and just kind of played with her, she was very cuddly. She crawled up and got into the hood and just sat there. Wasn't squeamish or wasn't like finicky, didn't try to bite us. And then we had our son come in and see if he had a reaction. He didn't. Then we had to get pet approval because we live in a condominium. And she has been with us ever since. So she's 2.5, And she's just the sweetest thing. Just the sweetest thing. Melanie, definitely not a weird question. This was all learning new for us too. She uses the litter box and pee pads. And sometimes she just has to go where she goes. And I was like, no. The best way I could describe it is she is like a toddler. Like a toddler. And this is just from my own experience. She will wake up and she'll play, sniff, sniff, and then it's like, oh, I gotta go. And as soon as she has to go, the tail goes up and she backs into a corner. It's always into a corner. Tail goes up and she moves back. So the spots that she normally goes to, if we don't have a litter box, then we have pee pads. And the litter boxes are high back litter boxes. So the backs are high and then it goes down and it's low so you can climb in. So it's like a rabbit or a guinea pig litter box. And she has gone outside as well. You just got to kind of, you get used to their signals. When she starts getting like really excited, or it's like she won't sit still. If I'm holding her and she just won't sit still, I'm like, oh, bathroom time. The other thing that I think is like one of the cutest things, may be very strange to other people, but if I am out and I am carrying her, as Nick said, they like dark places. Do you ever see those videos where monkeys go down your shirt and they just like kind of snuggle? That's what she does. So if I'm holding her and I'm talking to somebody and she's like, oh, Mom, you're taking too long, she will literally crawl into my sweater or my shirt and I have her wrapped around my belly. And I'm like, okay. Or if I'm going out in the winter time or the cool time, I'll have her inside my sweater or my hoodie, and she'll just sit there with her head poking out, and then she'll crawl around, and she goes up my arms and back down my legs, and oh, she's the funniest. Okay. Yeah, so Nix is answering that question for Nellie. They can use litter boxes like a cat, however, it's not good for them due to the dust that's in the litter. I use puppy pads, yep. Also, way easier to keep clean, yes. Her litter actually is like recycled paper. So it's not the dust one, which is really good. We've had cats, and I do not like the dusty stuff, and it really stinks after a while. Nellie says, "Oh yeah, that's way better than litter," which can't really be good for cats either, because they're inhaling it, right? I just can't imagine that. Yeah, the litter dust has bad stuff in it that they inhale, and it can cause infections. Yep. Nick's LOL. There is no house training affair. They go where they want to go. LOL. I followed mine around till they found their spots, and that's where I put the potty pads. Yep. Oh yeah. They're just like toddlers. Like seriously. Like she'll get up and she likes to sleep where she knows people are. So if my son's home, he'll be in his room and she'll sleep in his room. If I'm downstairs for most of the day, she'll sleep in the drawer. If she sleeps upstairs, when she wakes up, she will literally come downstairs and then start pawing my legs to say, Mom, I'm here. Attention time. Or I'm hungry, Mom. It is the funniest thing. And I thought it was cute at first. I taught her I allowed her to climb up my legging onto my lap. Yeah, well, they're climbers. So she doesn't do if you're not wearing pants that she can get up. But oh my gosh. And she loves anything rubber. Rubber. Yes, my girl likes rubber. I said it. She loves to try and find the remote controls and hide them on us. Um, so, like this water bottle has the plastic on the bottom, has the plastic on the top. She's actually taken my son's water bottle and like taken this plastic piece off, and he doesn't know where it is. It is what it is. But she is so sweet. We keep joking to my husband that what if we had like 10 ferrets? What if we had baby ferrets? He's like, no, please no. I've actually gone to like the ferret places and had them come out, and I just play with them. Oh my god, it's so much fun! So much fun. It's like puppies or kitties. You go and you just play with them. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! They're so sweet. Just gonna look in the chat. Yep, the recycled paper is best if you have to use anything. Yep. Love me time. The paw and the foot's always the cutest. Oh, it's always the cute, right? Yeah. And it's funny because, like, I literally play with her like a toddler. Where in the morning, like, I spend a good hour, hour and a half, and we are literally chasing each other around the house. And I will go hide around a corner, and then she'll like come around the corner, and, like, ah! And then she runs the other way. And then if I don't chase her, she does the sploot. And she just lays down her back arms like, oh. And then she'll look at me. That's her like, I can't believe you're not chasing me. I'm like, oh my goodness. And yeah, and I get down on the floor with her, like under the blankets. We have like squeaky toys for her, bells. Just that way she can interact with them with her eyesight. So, and she loves, oh my goodness. I'll have to see if I have this video. Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday this week. I'm downstairs and my son goes, Mom. I'm like, yeah? He's like, you gotta come upstairs. I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs and Dipper is outside his bedroom door. Door is closed, slightly open. She's on the one side, and her rubber pig, which is like this big, is standing upwards, and she is like, it's stuck between the door and the door frame. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, she grabbed her rubber peg from underneath my bed, and she decided she was going to go hide it somewhere else. She didn't realize that the pig caught the door and it was closing, and the pig cannot get through the door. And I'm like, well, she could just go back in. And he's like, no, she's been trying and it's not working. There's a birdie. So I'm like, okay, well, move the pig back. And I'm trying to get this on film. And then she's like, And then she goes over and she grabs the peg and she's like pushing it through the door. But then she decides she's taking it back into the bedroom, and then she speaks. And then she gets up, and you can, just by her body language, you can tell she's going, how am I going to do this? Okay, that didn't work. I'm going to take the peg. I'll take it back here. Let me think about it. Grab it by the foot, and let's try and take it somewhere else. And it's the funniest thing. She loves like little rubber chickens, so like dog toys. We have a big rubber chicken And then we have like 6 little tiny chickens, all different colors, because I like the colors. And then we have pig. We have like bath toys, like little toddler bath toys, like turtle and fish. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm never going to get rid of these. But she loves them. And when you squeeze the chicken or the pig, it makes a sound. And oh my gosh, if you don't know where she is, all you need to do is squeeze this toy or one of them, and she's like, magically appears. I'm like, even from a dead sleep. Eric found the big chicken in the kitchen, and he's like, oh, there's a chicken. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm like, no. It's like, a parent going in and everything's nice and quiet. The baby's finally falling asleep, and someone goes, hello, and you're like, no, don't do that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, she's asleep. She's in the drawer sleeping. And he's like, no, she's not. She's right here. And she's like, I heard the chicken. I'm like, okay, give her the chicken. And she takes the chicken and she running up the stairs with this chicken. And of course, it's bigger than she is. Oh my God. And then she trips on the stairs and it goes down the stairs and she has to run back downstairs and grab it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Nick says, yep, same here with mine and the rubber. I don't know what it is. Like, oh my goodness, it is the funniest things. Nick says that the female ferrets are not spayed. They have to mate or they will die. That's what I heard. Raising ferrets from the beginning is extremely hard. Yeah, she is spayed, and she's been descented. That's the only way they would let us have her. She does have a bit of a musky smell. It reminds me of like a male's cologne, a musky smell. Actually, I know exactly where she sleeps because I can smell it. But yeah, that's what I actually heard, that if they're not spayed and they're not neutered, or sorry, I saw some. If they're not spayed and they're not mated, it's actually very harmful for them. So, yeah. Melanie, I'm working on getting a playmate for her. I am working on it. What we're going to try and do, my son and I, is this April, we're going to go to our friend's house with Tater and Tot, and we're going to ask him if we can just borrow them to play a prank on my husband, right? So Dipper has met Tater and Tot, and they get along just fine. But I want to take those two and bring them home, and then have my husband go, what is this? And we're like, April Fools. I think it would be funny. Yes, they love large rubber dog balls. Now, question for you. How do ferrets get along with like other animals? Like a small to medium-sized dog or a cat. I've seen different ones about them. My daughter has a smaller type dog, and I would love the two of them to meet. They're afraid that Ollie, my fur grandbaby, my fur grandbaby, he's very excitable, but he's so cute. Once you get to know him, he just kind of cuddles with you. They're like, no, you cannot meet them, Mom. I'm like, Dipper won't do anything to him, and we'll just do it slowly and gently. And they're like, no, like we're afraid that he'll hurt her. Like, well, you kind of try, but yeah, they haven't met, but they're about the same age. So that was kind of cool. No. Yes, I do. I do want to know why she comes flying when we squeak the toys. I would love to know. Oh, please do tell. I keep telling my husband that we're going to get more. We're going to get more toys, and he's like, "No, we don't need any more toys." I'm like, "Oh yes, we do. Oh yes, we do." He's just like, "Oh my goodness." I'm like, "She's our baby. She needs them. Absolutely needs them." He's like, "No, she doesn't." I'm like, "Of course, babies need toys. Of course." Okay, I'm just trying to move something on my screen here. Okay, got it. They get along great with other animals if you sit on the floor and kind of introduce them. Then they become play buddies. I had five ferrets and a 125-pound black lab. They were all great. Oh my God, that would be so adorable. So adorable. Like these two, I think would get along wonderful. Uh, I do, just their personalities. Um, but I can understand the hesitation, and I wouldn't be like, okay, we're here, let's go play. That would not be it at all. I would do it like slowly, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Until then, Dipper gets to play with us. Melly asks, um, doesn't the squeaky toy mimic prey? I don't know. Like, it's not like she. Hmm. I don't know. Okay, what next? What do you say? Okay, on the squeaky toy thing, a wild ferret's main diet is prior dogs and rabbits. The sound of the squeaky toy. What? Sounds like a dying rabbit. It's instinct. If you notice certain squeaky toys have. No, really? I had no idea. Melanie says that's how squeaky toys work for dogs too. I had no idea. Really? Different sounds. Some sounds like dying rabbits, and it makes them think it's food, and they go bonkers looking for the kill. Interesting. Interesting. And I know Dipper likes to dig, especially when she gets a certain smell. If she smells like gopher or mice or voles, um, we actually funny story. A couple of years ago, around Canadian Thanksgiving, we actually discovered we had mice in the basement, and it wasn't just like one or two. We had a whole gang. Um, and one of them came up into the living room, and we're like, go get Dipper. Dipper can get this for us. Well, we weren't thinking. She doesn't see very well. So while she was tracking the mouse, she was following the smell. The mouse saw her, and the mouse would stop, and then the mouse would run. And wherever he ran from, she would go too, because that's where the scent was. And I'm like, well, this isn't working very well for us now, is it? However, if I bring her into the back, um, she will let us know where animals have been. So in this corner over here, right where that is, there's a spot there that we think there's been like a mouse or something, um, because that one corner, as soon as she hits it, she just starts digging, and the dirt just flies. I'm like, oh no. Um, and then oh, hang on. Okay, let's get rid of that. Sorry. Um, and then like we've had ground gophers, which So there's two types of gophers: gophers that move in a pack, and a gopher that goes individually. And whenever she's found the pile where the gopher has dug a hole, her tail goes, and then she just starts digging, and she gets her nose in there, and it's the funniest thing. Nick says most ferrets have had bad eyesight. They're like bloodhounds and all nose, right? It kind of makes me think of a mole, like those moles that have like whiskers and they're, oh. However, she gets away from you, she will get lost and not be able to find her way home. Yeah, that's what I'm absolutely afraid of. So we actually had, my husband left the door open slightly, and one morning she decided she had enough courage and she went outside. I'm like, no! And because we're in a complex and it was early in the morning, we didn't have quite as much traffic as we usually do. I went and I ran and grabbed a squeaky toy. And I ran outside and I was squeaking the toy. And she came right there. I was like, oh, thank God. I'm like kissing the squeaky toy. Thank God. I'm going to kill you. Don't do that again. And it was funny. Like, it wasn't funny that it happened, but I was like, okay, I know the squeaky toy works. Close the door. Yeah, she's in the gopher hole looking for food. Gopher equal food. It's instinct nature. I know. So, yeah, she's actually become our like little scent animal going around. Because if there's nothing there, she'll just move on by. Otherwise, she's like, it's the funniest thing. Okay, well, I haven't done very much on my cross stitch. I've been talking a lot. But I am going to start a new row. So I'm going to start down here. So this is the one I'm working on. The colors are amazing. I love the colors. So these are the colors. Just got them on a hanger for the time being. And again, this is the cross stitch that I'm working on right now. Nixa says, but don't worry about her eyesight. Ferrets have poor eyesight and go by their noses. Oh, she does. Oh, she does. Oh, muttnuts, don't worry. You're still here just working. You do what you need to do. You got it. I am just very grateful that you guys are here. You guys do make a difference. Like, you honestly do. This is my other family. It really has become. I've met some really wonderful people and learned new things. And it's funny because when I get something, it's like, ooh, I need to show my family. I need to show my friends. And I go online. Right? And I'm like, ooh, guys, look. It's not usually like my husband or my son. My husband is definitely not into crafts like this. He's not into diamond painting. He's like, I don't know how you do that. I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. I can do this. But he is like our family is a sports family. So they're up in Fort McMurray right now, and their games today got postponed because of air quality. So all the BC, Northern Alberta forest fires that are going on, one of the little areas just an hour north of them actually was evacuated. So Fort McMurray is about 7 hours north of us. So they were supposed to be coming home Sunday. With the weather the way it is, I'm not sure if they're going to get all the games in. We've just been going through lots and lots of dry, hot weather. And I can't believe that while we are having like the hot weather and we're underwater restrictions still, Toronto, which is down east, so we're on the west coast, Toronto's down east, they had rain and it flooded Toronto. The subway was underwater. I'm like, what? No. It's like, okay, one extreme to the other extreme. So yeah, we have family in Ontario, so we want to make sure everybody was okay. Rachel, what sports? Great question. Um, I am I'm a sports fan. I am not a sports athlete. My husband used to play hockey as a goaltender. Um, he actually made it to the WHL, played one game, and then was taken out by a fellow teammate as they were sliding in to stop the goal. At that time, the goalpost didn't pop out, and that was the end of his career. But he loves hockey, so we will watch hockey. Uh, we're definitely baseball people. Um, our daughter's actually who's the one who got us into baseball, not softball, baseball, hardball. When she was 6, she had been playing indoor soccer, and we said, we don't care what sport you play, but you have to try something different in the summertime. Don't want you just being one sport. And we were going down the mall, and they had registration for baseball, and she's like, I want to play baseball. I'm like, what? Neither one of us play baseball. Think about it. We'll go do our shopping, and we will come back. And she's like, nope, I want to play baseball. So we enrolled her in it, and we just let her know that, like, once you make a commitment, you follow through with it. Even if you don't like it, just do it for that one season, and then you can make a decision. And she went from age 6 all the way to age 19 playing baseball with the boys, and loved it. Actually loved it. She was a pitcher and first baseman. And the gentleman she married, she actually met on the baseball diamond. So we knew the family. So the gentleman she married was a catcher. So we kind of joked about it at the wedding of, Jacob, you got a great catch, right? And they're like, oh my God, that's so bad. I'm like, what? She's a pitcher. You caught it. Like, they're like, bad joke. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so both my kids have played soccer, basketball, baseball. Eric loved to play football. Didn't really like the tackle ball. He's definitely loves baseball. He's a pitcher and an outfielder, and he loves getting that ball in from the outfield. He also liked tennis and badminton. We're just like, where did you get that one from? Because that's not us. Vanessa also did volleyball. I'm trying to think here. Soccer, volleyball, basketball, all the main ones. Vanessa did track and field. So once we had kids, which was once we got married, so for the last 29 years, not quite that. The last 25 years, because she got started when she was about 5. We've done sports, but Vanessa also did music. Eric wasn't really into the music, but he loves arts. So both of them went through school. Eric's going for graphic design. This secondary will be his second year this year. Vanessa went and did kinesiology, and now she works for an athletic sports clothing store. She's in the head office. So they're doing good, but definitely the sports has helped them build confidence individually and as a team. Because a lot of those sports, there are team based, but there are individual components to it, and I think that's really helped them with that. And the friends that they've met through sports, they still have. So last year, Eric went down to the the Babe Ruth World Series. His team advanced and went down there, and they had a team from Taiwan, China, and he still communicates with them. They actually changed jerseys and hung out. It was awesome. What sports do you guys like? I definitely like the. I have to say I got into action photography because of my kids. Because I would always take my camera out and take pictures of them, and I just love getting the shots of when they hit the ball, or when they're like in mid stride and they're like off the ground, or they're sliding in, or they're kicking the ball. I just love it. It's like you get that look in their face. Like we have one of Eric from last year, no, this year, when they were in Lethbridge, and he was pitching, and it's like, Rachel watches basketball. Yes, Melanie, I love sports ball. Yep, and it's really good too because around here, the sports ball around here, they've actually got it as multi-sports, so kids can actually go to one location and they can play the different sports, and they have so much fun. And there's not like you can only focus on one sport, because you don't know what a kid's going to be good at next year, especially once they're growing. Now, do you have a favorite basketball team? I know Toronto has the Raptors, so we kind of always cheer for the Canadian team. But when you get a really good game where the teams are evenly matched, it is wonderful, wonderful. WNBA, or yeah, no, sorry, WNBA. Yep, the Seahawks. Yes, and I cannot see that last one. And something during the Olympics. Would that be curling? So I have like a little thing there that will not go. And it's funny because curling, there's strategy to it. I have friends that play on curling. Yeah, thank you. Um, I watch mainly because of my husband. I get it. I get it. We used to have like the Cannons, which was a university baseball team. University. No, that was the Dinos. The Cannons were a city level team. And we used to go and watch them all the time and just have so much fun. Just so much fun. And it's funny because when my daughter, specifically my daughter, played baseball, everyone thought I curled, because when she hit the ball, or when anybody on our team hit the ball, I'd be like, hard! And they're like, do you curl? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, because you sound like you curl. I'm like, no, I don't curl. I just said like hard because it was easier than saying run, 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 run. Right? Kids don't hear me anyways. But it was so funny. Curling is addictive. It is so interesting to watch. So interesting to watch. Okay, so I'm just looking at the time. It's 5 o'clock already, my time. Oh my God, an hour has gone by. Where did the time go? Well, I'm really glad you guys popped in. Like, I wasn't sure if I was, you know how you want to go, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I have anything to say. And I'm like, no, you're going to do this. And I'm so glad I did. So glad. I'm so glad to see each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. You guys are totally awesome. And I'm so glad you popped on in. So I'm going to later than everybody. Boyfriend, almost. Yay! Yes, I'm cheering for you. Or you're going to have a great time. So I'm going to get back to some of my cross stitch. I'm going to get ready for Mickey Sunshine and DP Addiction event, or DP Adventures Addictions, and we have Tmod tonight. And then don't forget, Nyx is on Saturday. Don't forget. So absolutely, guys, see you guys online. Thank you for being here. And remember, you're worth it. Your voice matters, and you matter. I will see everybody later tonight. If not, I will see you in some of the chats. Bye, guys.